Daily Broadside Day 423. Do you like Reese cups? I like Reese cups, but whenever you buy a Reese cup, you feel like you've been shorted because it takes like 3 seconds to eat one. Whereas if you get like a Twix or Snickers, it just seems like it takes a lot longer to eat. But they're just one bite, they're gone. There's 2 of them, done, right? But if you like Reese cups, I'm here to tell you, if you're like, man, I like Reese cups, but I'm just not a fan of chewing. I'd love to drink a Reese cup. Chewing it gets me, it bums me out, man. It just gets me down. It's just too much work. You're one of those people. You're a non-chewer, right? I'll tell you right now, these new things, this flavor that they've come out with these things, oh man, I've been drinking these things forever, and I just stumbled upon the chocolate peanut butter. It is literally like drinking a Reese cup, which is just a cool thing, I feel like I'm an astronaut, just drinking a baked potato instead of eating one, you know what I mean? But anyway, yesterday I came up with an idea, and when I come up with ideas, I don't usually Google them to see if someone else has come up with it. I just kind of feel it out myself, inside me, and just say, does this sound like something that's somewhat original? And if it does, then I just go with it. So maybe this is already a thing, but I don't know. I've never heard of it. But it's called road trip dating, RTD, as they say, and RTD is what we're talking about right now. And that is basically, you've met somebody that you want to get to know a little bit better. You talk to them for, 2 or 3 days, and then you pack up and hit the damn road, the open road, Highway 66, Route 66, which is actually sad because it's all closed and all those towns are just shanties now. But is the bank closed? So you hit the road, you find this person, y'all kind of talk for a little bit, and you think, I could spend some time with this person. And then you find out a lot about a person. I take a road trip every year. This year I'm going up to like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, all that, and tackling all those areas in the Northeast, as they call it. I think they call it the Northeast. And you learn a lot about the people that you're road tripping with when you're road tripping. And so you want to get to know a potential mate, a potential suitor, a potential partner. What better way to do it than on the open road? And you learn a lot about the person in very minute ways, like ways you wouldn't, be able to discern otherwise. You stop for the first convenience store to fill up. You got to gas up there after you've picked the most fuel efficient, comfortable car that the 2 of y'all own, and you pull in because it needs more go-go juice, as Snowman would say. And she comes out with like corn nuts and a mellow yellow, and you're like, this is crazy. Like, corn nut? What the hell are corn nuts anyway? And you're like, mind if I have a corn nut? Because I don't understand what that even is. I've seen them at Lowe's at the checkout, but I don't know what a corn nut is. And then like 300 miles later, you got to stop again, and she comes out with like some Laffy Taffy and milk, and you're like, this bitch is crazy, but I like it, and so she either just grows on you, or you're just repulsed by her snack choices. But you got to work out the sleeping arrangements and all that. Are you going to sleep in the car and be cheap, or are you going to get a hotel? You get in 1 room, 2 rooms? That stuff's easy. But what the best part about it is some people aren't good conversationalists, right? They struggle with it. There's always a lull in the conversation, and that's the worst part of getting to know somebody, right? You don't feel comfortable, so you don't talk. I've never had that problem. I will dominate the absolute hell out of a conversation if you let me. If you don't cut me off, I will just continue to talk. There's a limit to how long I can talk on these, but I don't even know what it is. I think it's 10 minutes now. But anyway, but some people aren't like that, and that's fine. They've got other skills in life. But here's the beauty of a road trip, right? There's a lull. You're just sitting there listening to the engine hum, and you're just looking around, and you're like, oh, look, the biggest ball of wax, the house of mud, kids, biggest house. Okay, if you don't want to see the biggest house of mud, you'd rather see your Aunt Edna and Uncle Clark, Uncle Eddie, not Uncle Clark. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It spurs you on to talk about something, like, oh, look at that. And the next thing you know, you're off and rolling, right? And you can go and get road trip books that will pretty much be an atlas for the country that just tells you how to get to out of the way things and cool restaurants and that kind of stuff. So you can have like things that you do so you don't have to eat at a freaking TGI Fridays every day, because that's kind of gross. But take it out about 5 or 6 days, because she's either going to be like, drop me off in Scranton as soon as we get there. I don't know if they have an airport, but I will fly home. And you'd be like, well, this is your car. You're like, keep it. Just keep my car. I'll go buy another Hyundai Elantra or whatever. You know, I will fly home. And if Scranton doesn't have an international airport, I will wait till they build one before I ride another hour in this car with you. You know, or you'd be like, this chick's pretty cool, man. I like it. You know, she's got great humor. She can carry on a conversation. She doesn't mind adventure. She doesn't mind trying new things. You know, I got her to eat a jalapeno. Or not a jalapeno, orange one. What are they called? An orange pepper. Habanero. Jalapeno is not really hot. So yeah, RTD. That's where we're at today. You try it out for yourself and tell me. I can promise you this, all right? You can't argue with this point. You'll either love them or hate them, right? And when you get back home, you either got a new boyfriend, girlfriend, or you got somebody whose number you can't wait to delete. Hey, get it.